Finally caught a stream. Just got back. Hey, I just got back from vacay too. It's nice to get out of the city in the different parts of the country. I mean, it wasn't that far away from New York City, but it was nice. It was a nice time. Where'd you go? I went to upstate New York, kind of near like Albany area, or like between Albany and New York City, like in the on the Hudson River. It was good though. Oh my God, dude! Guys, I have to tell you what happened. Okay, I have to tell you what happened. The trip was great, but it wasn't a simple trip. Stuff went down, and I will explain to you guys what happened. Okay. I'll start telling you after this for sure, because Gray Fox, it was ridiculous. Because okay, I'll start to tell you the story now. I got this Airbnb, right? It was a very light posting, like we booked it last minute. It was a very simple posting on Airbnb. It only had 2 reviews, right? So 2 reviews is already kind of like eh. It wasn't like, it was kind of cheap. And so like it was like, all right, well, you know, like we'll get it for the weekend. It'll be totally fine. And so it's all right, whatever. I messaged the guy. We're like driving to the house on last week on Thursday, and it was like, all right, dude, like no worries. Like we're on the way. Check-in was at 3 p.m. So we're on the way. We're gonna be a little late. We're gonna be 3:30. The guy messaged me back and goes, oh shit, I totally forgot what day it was. The house isn't ready. Can you come back at 8 p.m.? And I was like, I'm like, that's the entire day is gone. And he's like, I'm like, but what can you do? Like, we're just like, all right, okay, I guess if that's the only time you can get there. So we like drove to the town. We're like hanging out in town. We got groceries. We were just chilling out with dinner. And then we went to the house. It's pitch black. It's like 9 o'clock now. We start down the driveway to the house, and it's so weird. The driveway is really long, and all the grass was all overgrown. And it was like dead, overgrown grass, like up to my shoulders. It was so creepy. And we were just driving, and we get to the house, and everything's pitch black. And I'll continue from there. Oh, here's what happened. We drive in. We get to the house. It's pitch black out. We start driving into the place, and there's all this tall dead grass, like that's really tall, really weird. That's just weird. Like the entire driveway is that, and it's like their yard. There's no other houses around. So like that's the type of situation we get into. We get there, we park, we go inside, and I like look around. No one's. I mean, obviously no one's home, and it's like a. I forget what it's called, but it's like it had like 2 stories and then like a basement level. And so we get there, we go inside, and I'm like, oh, it looks fine, it looks whatever. You know, the pictures were pretty much right. We go in, and my girlfriend gets inside, and she's like, what the fuck? She's like, this place is so dirty. And she's looking around. There's like animal hair all over the floor. And like, there's like dust and dirt everywhere. And there's like dirty blankets over stuff. We went to the bedrooms. The bedrooms had like dirty sheets on the bed and just like a sheet, no blankets. So we're like a little weirded out. We're like, what the hell? He had us. He said, okay, you're fine to come over at like 7:30 at night. So we're like, what was he doing for 4 hours? And we're like going through the place. We noticed that like the bathrooms are really dirty, like, and inside the tub is really dirty in the shower, and there's like no clean dishes. All the dishes were like dirty in drying racks with like hair on them. And I'm not making this up. I'll show you the picture. And so we're like starting to get a little weirded out. Like I wouldn't. And then I'm like, we don't have to stay here. Look at this. Yep. Look at this. Let me make sure it shows. Dude, look at that. Can you see the hair on that puppy? Dude, what the actual shit? So we're like in there, and we're like what do we do? Like, it was so weird. The whole place is dirty. And then all of a sudden we started looking around, and we're like, wait, what? Like, there's like just stuff that's like broken. Like the chandelier had like broken and like bulbs that were out. Yeah, it was actually ridiculous. And so, yeah, so then what happened was, and you can see like the dirt on the floor. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like dust and dirt and animal hair. And so it's pitch black out. It's like 10 o'clock. We already got there super late, all this stuff. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, this is ridiculous. And we're both like really tired from the trip, whatever. And we're like, and I'm like, let's just leave. And my girlfriend's like, no, we're gonna make it work. It's gonna be okay. Let's just clean up a little bit. I'm not happy about it, but we'll clean up. So she goes and gets like the Swiffer. We like start cleaning the bed sheets and like the bedding that was all dirty. And she starts cleaning the bathroom with like bleach and shit. And I'm like, you should not be doing this. This is crazy. This is crazy. And then and like, here's like, look how dirty this is. I don't know if you can see it. It's like super dirty. Everything is really dirty. And so we start cleaning. And we start taking pictures, and I took all the pictures, and It was so gross, dude. And so we take all the pictures and I send it to the guy. Yeah, I know, right? And my girlfriend like pointed out all these things that were really broken, like the lampshade, and then there was like there's this, you can't really see it, but the couch was broken. It was like all depressed inside and these like dirty, all this shit all over the place. I remember one. Hold on. Oh, dude, this place smelled like cat shit and like terrible. It just smelled awful. It smelled so bad. And so we're like, this is bad. This is bad. But I sent all the pictures to the guy and I was like, yo, we're really disappointed. Like, we're really not happy with this. Like, what the heck's going on? It's like 11 p.m. at this point, and we're like still cleaning, and we're like finally like, all right. We got some leftovers from dinner, and we just start eating. And this was the first day, right? The first day of the trip. It's like now 10 p.m., and we're like, it's pitch black out. We're in the middle of nowhere. We don't even know this town. There's nothing around. And then all of a sudden, like we eat a little bit, and all of a sudden, like we're finishing cleaning, and all of a sudden, we start to notice a few weird things. First weird thing is, as we were cleaning and going through the rooms, there was a lot of locked doors. Like, I've been in Airbnbs before, and usually there's like one closet or two closets that are locked. This place had like 6 locked doors. Like, this was a pretty like big house too. Like, it was pretty spacious, and like there was like 6 locked doors, which was weird. The other weird thing was we went into like this one section of the house, and there was like this workout equipment and this like restroom sign, and we're like, what? And we look on the door, and there's another door to get into the house, and it has like Visa, MasterCard, Discover on the door, and we're like, this is a home business of someone's that they must run. And there was all this stuff around that hinted at that. It was like, all right, that's like really weird. Like, they're like renting their home business out. What the heck? Then we start going through upstairs, like to the bedrooms and stuff, like cleaning around, looking around. All of a sudden we start noticing there's all these family portraits around, and it's this mother with a son and a daughter. Okay. And it's like them young, and then as they're growing up, and we're like, what the fuck? Why? Who would like, okay, sure. Like if you're sometimes renting out the place, but why would you keep this stuff up all the time? We went into like one of the bedrooms was set up like it was a kid's room. It was so creepy. The basement was locked, thank God. And so we're like, we're weirded out. Home business, why would they rent it out? Family pictures, why are they still up? And we also noticed that every single window and every single door was unlocked when we went in the house, other than the front door. Every single one of them. It was so creepy. And then, so then that all happened. He rented out someone else's house that wasn't his. So the guy, and so what we're kind of wigging out a little bit. We're weirded out. We cleaned up. We like got the bed all set up. We cleaned it up, made the bed, all that stuff. And then my girlfriend goes to take a shower, and turns on the shower, and the water smells like rotten eggs. And we're like Googling it and shit. It's like sulfur. It's crazy. It was the water. You turn on the water and you just smelled rotten eggs. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? How is somebody renting this house out? And all of this shit, it's super dirty. It's been unlived in. The whole place looks like it was only lived in 10 years ago by this family. Like, what is going on? And then, so my girlfriend's like, what the fuck? It might have been, but dude, though, it should not smell that terribly of rotten eggs. So we looked it up. It's like sulfur oxide, whatever, and it's like harmless, but whatever. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I called Airbnb, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And by the way, the guy did not reply to any of my messages after we got into the place. So that was also really weird. Now it's like midnight, 1 a.m. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? And like we like had a little bit of dinner, like the leftovers, whatever. And then like as it gets to like later and later, like, all right, we need to like go to bed. Let's figure this out in the morning. I was on the phone with Airbnb for a while, and it was like crazy. And so then we like are going to go to bed, and like we just don't feel right. Something does not feel right. Just something doesn't feel right. Something's not right. We're like, and my girlfriend looks at me. She's like, I think that woman in the pictures is dead. We did see all this like Eastern medicine vials and stuff in the kitchen, and we saw all these cancer books in the one of their rooms with like the living room. So she said like, I think she's dead, and I was like, okay, this is getting fucked up. This is getting fucked up. So what do? We Googled the address, and because it was a business, right? So the house had to be registered to someone who could figure out like, okay, whatever. We look up the place, and it's the house is a business. It's this like Eastern medicine, like, you know, Zen business stuff. And the business owner is the mother in the freaking pictures, dude. It's the mother in the pictures. Next, so the first Google result for the address is that it's a business owned by that woman. Second entry in that results from Google, the woman's dead. Woman is dead. Obituary for that woman. We're weirded out. We're like, who the fuck is this guy that's renting this apartment? So what we do is we take the picture of the guy on Airbnb and we try to compare that to all the photos in the house to see if that is the son of the mother. Like, we're trying to be like, maybe they had to like do this because the father's gone and the mother's gone. Like, what's going on? The guy does not look like it. I ain't afraid of. So it does not. The guy does not look like any of them. And so now we're super weirded out. We look up this, like, because now we know the last name of the mother. We actually found the two kids. The two kids, like, one of them's in Chicago, one of them's in like New York City. So we're like, it's not the family's house. If it's not the family's house, why are there family photos everywhere? Why are there family photos everywhere? Oh my God. So we're freaking out. And it's like 3 a.m. And we're sitting there in bed and we're like, do you feel safe? And I was like, and she like heard some stuff like in the house and she was like it was not good. And then I was like, no, I don't feel safe. And then we left. I was like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's just get out of here. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Let's just get out of here. And so like we got up fast and we got all of our stuff packed. We barely unpacked. We got all our stuff. And I like went like down to the kitchen, packed a few things. And then I turned around and my girlfriend was already outside in the car, locked the doors. I like come outside. It's pitch black 4 a.m. I get in, like I have to knock on the window because she locked the doors of the car. I get in, I put stuff in the car. I go back in the house. I do a quick scan and we get out of there. So I get into the car after, and the second time I went back out, she relocked the doors. And then I was like, and then she unlocked the doors, I got in, and then she just got out, dude. So we started driving away, and she turns to me and goes, what if that dude is inside the house and is waiting for us to go to sleep? What if that's why he's not replying? And all this crazy shit, like, or like he could have like been disabling our car. He could have been waiting for us, like all of this shit, dude. And we have no idea who the guy is. You can't figure out, like, Airbnb doesn't tell you the first, last name, and all the information about who's renting these places. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Dude, it was insane. My friends are leaving. But I wanted to share the story at least once. He wanted that sweet, pristine, oh my God. So we left, and we went to like a hotel to stay for the first night. And the first night, oh my God. Dude, there's no way to know. Like, and he never replied. The guy has not replied to this day. Even though I said, like, we're leaving. Like, we're done. And he just didn't reply anything. He never replied. Dude, oh my God. He wanted you to nerf you perma. Dude, so we left. We got a hotel. We got in the hotel at like 5 a.m. We stayed there that night. And then we found a different place. Airbnb did like pay for the hotel afterwards. And but we were super, super, super scared, dude. That was the scariest thing I've ever gone through. I think that might have been the scariest thing I've gone through. That is like legit super potentially most ridiculous thing ever. Like the things we were finding in that house made it look like the house had not been touched for 10 years. Like people came in and then they disappeared. It was bad, dude. It was super scary. We actually thought about going to the police and being like, yo, do you know who owns this house and who's renting it? Because they are not, it's insane. But, so you guys want to know how my trip was? That was day one. They, okay, so for Airbnb I got a full refund on that place, which was a lot of money. I mean, it was just like renting a place for 4 days is a lot. So like that was, they refunded me all the money. Then they also gave me like a $50 like sorry. And then they also paid for the hotel, which was nice. So they definitely did. The host lied about everything. So I'm going to give him a review and he's going to get the freaking most insanely negative review ever. Trying to make money from his, dude, I actually legit think that he might not even own that house. I think he could legitimately just be using that abandoned house to host people. I think it's the scariest thing, dude. Freaking most insane. Okay, dude. Enemies, I'm following you, dude. All right, I'm gonna play some video games, guys. Yeah, he switched characters actually. We're gonna. All right. So anyway, guys, you want to know how my vacation went? That's how it started. After that, we went to a really nice place, also in the woods. Not scary, clean stuff. Was really good. I'll show you his food pictures. It was delicious, dude. It was the whole time was amazing. What did we make? Dude, my girlfriend's like the cook of a century, man. Like, she is the best. She's better than the rest. There's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dude, look at that Yu-Gi-Oh! In an antique bag. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like around in 1944. Like, what's going on? I'm glad you're back. Thanks, man. I'm glad I'm alive. That's the kill. That's it. Chickens! Anyway. It was insane. The trip was great, though, after we got to a place that wasn't a murder trap. So, you know. It was great.
Put a glass box around her and she'll break the glass. If you try to